Welcome back. International News is next. Here's Simon Pusey with Around the World in 5.
Good evening from the Channel's newsroom here in London. South Africa's ex-president Jacob Zuma says allegations of corruption against him are a conspiracy aimed at removing him from politics. His supporters applauded as he entered the courtroom in Johannesburg. He's being questioned at a public inquiry with allegations that he allowed fellow officials to take bribes and influence senior government appointments during his 9 years in power. Jacob Zuma was ousted by the governing African National Congress in February last year. His testimony is being broadcast live on South African television to millions of viewers.
I've been a subject of talk in this country for more than a decade. I've been vilified, alleged to be the king of corrupt people, because I believe it is important that we all respect one another, that we must say things we know about other people, not just tell things that we cannot prove.
There is a small window of time to save the Iran nuclear deal. That's according to Britain's Foreign Secretary Jeremy Hunt. It's as Tehran signalled it would resume its nuclear programme if Europe failed to do more to salvage the pact. European Union foreign ministers are meeting in Brussels to attempt to come up with a solution that will convince Iran and the United States to reduce tensions and initiate dialogue.
Iran is still a good year away from developing a nuclear weapon. We think there is still some closing but small window to keep the deal alive, and that's what I'm here to talk about.
Pro-democracy lawmakers say Hong Kong is facing its biggest political and governance crisis and urged both protesters and police to cut back on the force used during demonstrations after the weekend clashes left 6 police officers in hospital. The Hong Kong chief executive Carrie Lam had earlier said protesters who clashed with police on the weekend were rioters, a legally loaded term in the city. Some activists have been demanding that the government avoid using the term riot to refer to the protests. A conviction for rioting in the financial hub can carry a 10-year prison sentence.
The Hong Kong government has successfully plunged Hong Kong into complete chaos. Carrie Lam keeps to be hiding away. She can't rule Hong Kong. If she thinks that's the way she shows strong governance in Hong Kong, she's making a mockery of that term.
A river in northern Bangladesh breached its embankment and swept away houses in Bogra. It's after incessant monsoon rains pounded many parts of South Asia over the weekend. Many villagers have been trying to recover their belongings and salvage what building material they can. Together with India and Nepal, Bangladesh was lashed by monsoon rain over the weekend, which has claimed dozens of lives and displaced hundreds of thousands of people. The 3 countries frequently battle flash floods and heavy rainfall during the summer months. The US President Donald Trump has told aides and allies that he is considering removing the Commerce Secretary after the Supreme Court defeat on adding a citizenship question to the census. Wilbur Ross has previously frustrated Mr. Trump, particularly over some failed trade negotiations. It's thought the 81-year-old's failure to get the contentious question on citizenship onto the 2020 census may be the final straw, with Trump reportedly suggesting he wants a more hard-charging leader as Commerce Secretary. The computer pioneer and codebreaker Alan Turing will feature on the new design of the Bank of England's £50 notes. He is celebrated for his code-cracking work that proved vital to the Allies in World War II. The £50 note will be the last of the Bank of England collection to switch from paper to polymer when it enters circulation by the end of 2021. The bank said his legacy continues to have an impact on science and society today.
Turing's work gave the Allies a crucial advantage in the battle for the Atlantic, and it's widely credited with hastening the end of the war by at least 2 years, saving potentially millions of lives in the process.
And finally, a company in Texas is aiming to sell short flights in a 1-seater electric aircraft that can be flown without requiring a pilot's license. It is one of the startups vying with aerospace giants Boeing and Airbus to develop electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. The company called Lyft have designed the 18-rotor Hexa aircraft to be controlled by a joystick. The company is planning to sell rides near cities around the United States later this year. And that's your international news around the world in 5.
Thanks a lot, Simon. Let's take a look at some sports now. Here's Ayotunde Balogun.
Many thanks, Ijoma. Three-time Paralympic champion Lucy Ejike has clinched Nigeria's first gold medal in the women's 61-kilogram category at the ongoing Para-Powerlifting World Championships in Kazakhstan. The reigning world champion lifted a clean slate of 125 kg, 130 kg and 132 kg to win the category. Roland Izurike had clinched silver in the men's 54 kg on Sunday, while Latifa Tijani also won silver in his event on Saturday. 15 powerlifters are representing the country at the competition.
She has won the Asian Open as well. She's won the lot. Looks like she's cleared the lot today, and she has 132. Lucy Ejike in brilliant form. It's a good lift. She's world champion for the second time.
The reigning Italian champions Juventus Football Club have unveiled their new signing, Aaron Ramsey, the Welshman, for the first time since joining the club as a free agent. The 28-year-old will wear the number 8 jersey that was until recently on the shoulders of fan favourite Claudio Marchisio. Porto goalkeeper Iker Casillas has been given a role on the club's coaching staff as he continues his recovery from a heart attack suffered 2 months ago. The Portuguese side say Casillas' role is to ensure the connection between the players, the coach and management. And Romania's presidency and the Orthodox Church has awarded Wimbledon tennis champion Simona Halep their highest distinctions as she returned home clinching the Wimbledon trophy. Halep blazed US opponent Serena Williams in straight sets on Saturday, becoming the first Romanian to win a Wimbledon singles title. And that's a wrap on sports news. It's back to you, Ijoma.
Thanks a lot, Ayotunde. And the main news again. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo today wrote another open letter to President Buhari over the state of insecurity in the country. The former president said the nation is close to a tipping point. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Joma Bonyato. You have a good night.